Howdy guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Auntie Tay. If you guys are new here, that's who I am. If you're not, welcome back. I've missed you. 10 reasons to get a diode laser. Let's go. You want to make a little money. This machine is a great way to start in and start with some stuff that you can start selling pretty quickly that not everybody in the world is selling because not everybody in the world has a diode laser. So I have a video, ideas to sell with your diode. So check that out if you are that category one of I'm ready to make some money. What can I start selling? You want to elevate your DIYs. Maybe you are constantly in your craft room and you are DIYing like crazy and you just love it. And you're like, you know what? I want a new skill. I want to be able to do something else. I want to work with wood. I want to work with faux leather. I want to cut the thrift store books when I see Tay come out with a really cute video on how to cut the thrift store finds. You're just ready to move up to another product. A diode laser is a great jumper inner and it's a great crafting machine. One Ultra, great entry-level machine. And I do still suggest though going with like at least the 40 watt because you're gonna have FOMO if you cannot cut. And if that's the reason you're getting one, you're definitely gonna have FOMO because you're the type of person who probably wants to be able to craft all the things. Listen, I see you guys, I know you, I see the people who have all the cool stuff in their craft room and you're like, why did you buy that? And they're like, because I just wanted to know how to do it. I see you. It's okay. It's okay. It's great. You want to become more confident in your ability to use machinery. You may want to eventually jump into a CO2 laser. You may want to just stay up on skills in your machine usage. A diode laser is a great way to practice your design skills, to practice your machinery skills, your materials, your knowledge on materials, but in a really inexpensive way. I don't want to say inexpensive because it is still expensive, but it's definitely not as expensive as like a laser. It's expensive for a crafting machine, no matter what, no matter where you're jumping in. But so if you just want to get your hands on it and play around with it and see like, is this something that I want to move into? I do and have talked about before, when you jump in with a brand at the lower level, it does make it a lot easier to expand in the future because you'll be familiar with their design program, which is 90% of the battle most of the time. If the machine is a good machine, the design program is usually 90% of the battle. And Xtool, I vouch for their design program and their machines. I think both are super user-friendly, super versatile. Design program doesn't cost money, so you're not shelling out even more money on top of having your machine, so it's a great way to jump in. You're limited on your space. Diode lasers can be pretty small. You might not have the space for a CO2 laser or a huge laser or anything, so you might just want to start with what you can, and a diode laser fits nicely into craft rooms because they are made quite small. And if you want an even smaller one, the F1 Ultra is quite small, but it can only do small projects, so just be forewarned on that. The reason I love the Xtool series is because it can cut really large things without taking up too much space because the bottoms come off and you're able to put it on top of either a conveyor belt or on top of a large project if you want to do larger projects. You're limited on your budget. You don't have or don't want to jump in at a $4, $5, $6, $7, $20, $50,000 level. Who wants to? But it's doable because lasers can make you a lot of money. So, but if you're just trying to start out either your business or you're just like, I want to start out in the laser world and I don't want to spend $5,000 or $4,000, then don't get a diode. You like using the materials that a diode laser can cut. If you are like, I love wood. Personally, I'm sitting here and I just cut wood, but then I cut wood with some wallpaper on it and the glue, I could smell it and it was starting to give me a headache. So just be forewarned, when you are cutting things with a laser, you're burning things sometimes too. So you are emitting chemicals. You do need a well-ventilated area with some way to vent it outside or a vent that they come with, but I highly suggest venting outside just because I like to see you guys stay as safe as possible. And so that is what I am doing. I have it set up so that it vents outside, But I will say, I love cutting wood because it smells like a campfire. I don't feel like I'm breathing in a bunch of toxic chemicals. Yes, some woods will be coated with some sort of chemicals, so you do, and your masking tape may emit some chemicals. Just be forewarned, things are going to be emitting VOCs and different chemicals into the air, so you do need to take care of yourself. But if you like working with wood or MDF or cardboard or leather, then you might not necessarily need to jump into a CO2 laser. If you have no rush or any reason to make your projects super, super, super fast, I'm sitting here and I, in one couple hour session, can crank out 10, 15 projects just with my M1. So I don't think that you're in any need to go bigger if you are just using MDF and wood. And we have a lot of videos on how to take those materials to the next level. So check them out if you are like, yeah, I'm good with wood. You are a graphic designer and you just need finished projects. A diode laser is perfect for prototyping. You can create something just to make sure your file works, to make sure your kerfing is right before you release a file. It makes it really, really nice. That is what I am. I am a graphic designer. So do I need a bigger machine than a diode? I probably don't. But do I want one? Yes. If you want a nice finished project of something that you created, also to test your file, then you probably do need one. You shouldn't design for a machine that you don't have because you're not gonna be able to know if that file works. So I don't recommend that unless you're partnering with someone who has a laser. We got a lot of those over in my business membership. So if you're looking for someone who has one, check them out. Okay, I hope that helped. If you guys want more reasons to get a diode laser, you haven't jumped on board and you're just like, Tay, just keep telling me more reasons because I need to convince somebody to let me get one, or I need them to know that this is something that is worth it. Let me know and I'll come up with more ideas for you guys. But if that was enough, there's a link down in the description. I totally appreciate you guys using my links. It definitely helps our channel out, makes me be able to run my team and hire more designers and help you guys get more creative and crafty. So I love that you guys support me by using my link in anything that you buy, but you don't have to. Just know that. If none of those resonated with you, do not use my link. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.